Okay, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a rapid door. This is actually a commercial door and it's custom print, and down below there should be a link on this design and everything. So I'm just going to show you how I prep out a custom door or an office door or anything like this, but I'm showing you the opportunity of you can actually change the look of your door just by wrapping it and add unique feels to it. So the first thing I do is I clean it with a visible glass cleaner and a lint-free rag, and I clean it real good and get it wiping all down. And another thing, we keep in stock squeegees we make in house. So this is actually a very well used squeegee, but I'm still going to show you this. The reason why we like using this instead of a 5-in-1 or a scraper, because it has this a little softer. But I'm going to show you the reasons why we use this on this end right here is we get all the little nuggets of paint off the door, so we try to make it as easy as possible. So again, this is a soft, hard but soft. It's not metal, so it doesn't scrape into this right here. So this is what I do. It is kind of chunky. And I can also use like a sandpaper, like a 220 sandpaper. And these doors usually take about half an hour to install. We use a 3M air release vinyl, a lot of times a matte Sheen product. We also, every order is custom size to fit, any kind of door size. So this is actually a 36 by 84 inches high. Well, 83 and a half, but we do it 84. And we always, on our prints, we always add 2-inch bleed on left, 2-inch bleed on right, half bleed on top, and a 1-inch bleed on bottom. So we make sure it's all on there. Okay, this right here, this is it right here, one of the prints. And you can see, where's the markers at? You can't see it on here in this because it's a dark area, but there's a black little dot right there to indicate the corners of the doors. You'll get the same thing, and so you just kind of follow the back end. Next thing I like to do, I like to pull the backing down a little bit, probably about 4 inches, like that. I crease it just like this, okay? Then I flip it over. I look for those little dots that indicate the corners of the doors. And I feel my thumb right there. And then I'm actually walking it in where you see right here. Oh, there's the other dot. So I'm kind of walking it in. And it's right there. I'm barely tacking it on. So if you start getting creases right here, you can pull it off and kind of walk this way. And you kind of walk it like this. So you're kind of walking it back and forth, which is what you're seeing right here. So that's off. So I'm showing you, you can start all over with the material. Right there. It's creasing a little bit right here. Now I'm relaxing it, so that's it right there and right there. Okay, so it's off like a little bit on this side. I'm just going to feel that little guy right there. I'm going to tack it on the left-hand side. I'm going to tack it on the right. Ooh, that's much better, much better. Okay, so you see how I go halfway and I can start to see the creases, so I lift it up and bring it back down. Okay, so I got about a 1/2 inch bleed on top. I can kind of feel where that is at. So next thing I like to do is I like to make sure the vinyl comes over, so it's not coming over all the way. So that's important. So I'm moving this over enough to do this. So it's important to line it all up at the bottom. I'm using my foot kind of holding in place. Now I'm lifting it up and lifting it over there, and I'm stretching it this way. I'm just scooting it over, I'm sorry. There we go. So I'm just showing you, you can rearrange it several times before you do anything. So I just want to make sure it's overlapped all the way over. Okay, so I've done it about 3 or 4 times. You can kind of see the beauty of this material. So once I know there's no creases up here and it's laying flat all the way down, and making sure it's looped left, right hand side. That's the reason why we kind of have like a, we call tacking on strip up here. And so we can move it up and down, get it straight. Now, I grab my squeegee, and then you can grab any kind of squeegees, but when you order through us, you always get kind of like a squeegee kind of like this. This is a professional one, it will cost a little bit more, but we give you squeegees like this. On these right here, you can see where the arrows, this what it does is it makes the, you can tax the vinyl, let's do it this way. Tax the vinyl down and air bubbles out. So this is where you're going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to grab the backing right here. And now I'm going to use my squeegee. I'm going to follow these arrows and take your time. I'm barely pushing any pressure on here. I'm just pushing enough just to tack it on. And so what you can see right here, the vinyl is coming, let's see if I can show you. It's tinting up and down like this. So, and what you can do is you can grab your hand, or your, I like grabbing my foot because it has a little more texture, because the hands you're slipping, the foot has more of a rubber. So I'm grabbing the foot and I'm pushing this down. So it's nice and taut and level. That's what you're seeing right here. And so you go right here, and I make it look easy because it is kind of easy to do. So if you want to actually change your office door to make it look fun and unique like this, you can. We have 2 different kind of materials. We have the long-term vinyl. We've seen right here, it's an air release vinyl. It's a matte sheen, most of the time matte sheen. And we also, if you have a rental or a office that you think will be there for about a year or 2, we recommend maybe even using what's called Phototex material. And it's like a canvas-like material with a sticky note glue to it, so you can install it very easy and then remove it easy, but it will last for years. So what I'm not doing, I'm using my hand and pushing it down so it's nice and even this way. And I'm following these arrows. I'm checking there's no air bubbles on the way down. You always use your hands and feel this way you see right here. So I'm rolling it up and I'm using my knees. I'm not sure if you can see that in my video. I'm using my knees to still lift it up. And I'm crisscrossing right here. So, I mean, there's lots of potentials. You can say, instead of office, you just kind of tell us what you want up there. So the last foot, I just like to take the backing off. So again, when you order this design right here, you can tell us, hey, instead of office, I want, a bathroom, or you can do other things right there. So as you can see, the vinyl is nice, and I'm checking all the air bubbles. There's you can hear that. You can push the air bubbles out, and if you can't push them out, they're really massive. Then you take a pin, pop them. Okay, just kind of feeling everything, making sure it's all on there. Grab the paper. So what I like to do next is, I'm going to do the side of the door now. So what I'm doing, I like to use my thumb, and I'm kind of using my thumb to do like a 1/4 inch, tacking it on, just to get it started. And if you need to, you can actually grab the vinyl and make it taut this way with the other hand. And I'm just kind of moving it up and down. Oh, and there's that little guy right there. So I'm just going to cut a slit right down the middle, and I'm going to work around this little guy. It's the little detail for me. It's the little details. Working around this guy right here, and you just kind of keep on doing it. Sorry you can't get a close-up on this, but you just take your time. There we go. I'm just kind of slitting it every once in a while, so it's a nice tight fit. And I'll try to get a video of close-up of this part right here, but you can see it blends in nicely. And so on this other side, I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to get the hinges next. I'm going to go over the hinges. A lot of times I like going over the hinges, just it cleans it up. It makes it more. Okay, so next I'm going to go halfway or a little bit. I'm going to drag the knife over the front of the door. And also I'm going to go right in the, kind of in the middle, top. I'm doing the blade at a 45-degree angle this way and then this way, so the vinyl actually cuts nicely. Okay, and then you can't feel anything, any lips. I always like to double check everything to make it feel any lips. I just feel a little lip right here. You get like a little slivers of that right there. So it's good to, especially when the door opens on this side, it's good to double check everything all the way down. So that looks nice and tight right there. And now I'm going to do the bottom part of the door. Okay. So far so good. Now I'm going to get the camera on this side. So let me get the camera real quick. Okay, there's two different ways you can do this. You can actually put the vinyl on top of this and cut it around it. Sometimes I like to just bring right up to the edge of the hinge right here. And like I said, it's a nice clean looking image or door when it's right up to the edge of the hinge. So lots of two different options. It's your choice if you want to do the hinge or not. And again, I'm just kind of walking it in. Right here. Again, I'm doing a 45 this way and a 45 this way. And I'm kind of starting in the middle. Trying not to get in the way. There. And again, the door, usually it takes me about a half an hour. That's from cleaning it to take the handle off and just getting it prepped out. Next, you can do is you can get the handle. Let's stop this and I'm going to go in the next room or next area. Okay, now the handle's next. What I like to do is I just grab the corner or right in the middle and I kind of work around it. If you take the handle off, it's so much easier to install the door wrap. Okay, and we're basically all done with the door wrap. So I make sure everything is all nice and tight, no edges on the doors and everything. And again, this is again, it takes about half an hour for the full wrap, but it definitely changes the look of your door. And again, this is, you can change it to a different thing. Keep it simple, or you can add a lot of text to this. Just text it to us or email us. Email it in the form when you place your order, or just email it and say, hey, I like this, and then we'll set it up and show you a screenshot before we actually print it out and kind of go from there. But other than that, go to the armwraps.com website, check out more arm wraps door wraps. We're coming up with more and more unique door designs and everything. This is just one design that fits. This design fits their inside of their logo or their style. And yeah, 208-696-1180, info@rmwraps.com. Randy or Devin will take care of any comments, questions, concerns. But other than that, to come back, check out more videos, and enjoy.